Hey guys, Brad coming at you here with, well, no cards in this vid. Haven't really got any. Well, I got it in the soccer break, but you guys don't really give a crap about the soccer anyway. The two guys that do, I already sent them pictures of it. But, we got some things good to be talking about, right? We had two awesome games over the weekend, both on Sunday. And we had some comments earlier in the week of something I think I've ranted about before on this channel. Well, I'm going to start here. We'll start with one Bo Jackson. Yes, sorry, James, I'm going to hate on Bo Jackson right here. I'm talking about if I knew how bad head injury, how football could affect the brain and all that stuff, I wouldn't have played. Are you freaking kidding me? I refuse to believe that you're that stupid. If you bang your head against something, if I do this every day, do you think that this is not going to eventually affect my brain? Common sense would say, well, yeah. You need to be told that? Oh my gosh, these guys like suing the NFL. Oh, I didn't know it was going to be this bad. You're banging your head against someone or something or against the ground every week for 10 years. What do you think's going to happen? These guys are just, I refuse to believe they're this stupid. Maybe they really are. I mean, do you look at an oven and go, oh, that might be hot, I shouldn't touch it, would be common sense. Not, oh, you touch it, oh, you didn't tell me it was hot. I mean, these guys are just stupid. Like, I watched The Football Life of Rodney Harrison the other day, and he summed it up perfectly at the end, if you guys haven't seen it. And Rodney Harrison's not the most likable guy in the world, right? But I like what he had to say. He goes, part of the perks of playing in the NFL, you get paid well, you get the fame, you get to do what you love. But I know there's going to be downfalls later in life. I may not move very well. I may have head issues. If I had to do all over again, would you? The answer is yes, because he knew what he was getting into. Oh my gosh, I hate all these players. Like, they didn't tell me how bad it was going to be. The only complaint you have is if you're an old player when you had a concussion and they tested you and they lied to you and said you didn't have one. But basically back then, they were like, oh yeah, you probably have one, but if you want to go back in, feel free. They just didn't keep you from going, which that ain't their responsibility in the first place. It's yours. You choose to do it. And because you're a competitor, you went out and did it. You got paid good for it. You got the fame. Well, now you're paying some of the piper. No different than like I work a manual labor job. Guess what? I'm probably going to have some shoulder issues and back issues. Why? Because that's common freaking sense from lifting stuff all day. I don't need to be told, hey, you may have back issues later on in life. No crap, Sherlock. I mean, oh, so that's my rant. I just want to punch Bo Jackson in the face now. Just so stupid. Like, no crap, you moron. And I love how they just picking on football. Like, I played soccer all growing up. I was the goalie. I had one concussion for sure. I know for a fact I had at least one. I was messed up. But in soccer, there's probably more concussions than football. You're using your head a lot. You get kicked. Like, as a goalie, I get kicked in the head like 25 times. It happened. So it's not just football. This is going to happen anywhere. Basketball, you get smacked in the head all the time. Boxing, well, obviously, you would think. So that's my rant. You play those sports, chances are you keep hitting your head on something, it will cause effects later in life. Just saying. So that's my little rant. And my other person that needs to shut up, which there's always a lot of them, Earl Thomas, what are you doing? First of all, you're not even playing because your leg's broken. Just shut up for a while. Okay? Don't be tweeting to Tom Brady, if he played in our division, it wouldn't be this easy. Your division sucked this year. You don't even know what you're talking about. So just shut up. Okay? That's what I don't get about the Seahawks. You have a guy like Russell Wilson who was like, whether you like him or not, he is like the most humble guy, does things by the book, man. You can't help but like him from like that perspective. And then you've got morons like him and Sherman just say stupid crap all the time. So just shut up. You're not even playing, and your team just got rocked by the Atlanta Falcons, which who, besides the Seahawk fans, didn't love that. Because that was just a nice old-fashioned ass whooping. So, all right, Falcons, thank you. And I'm rooting for the Falcons all the way just because I want someone new. I don't have anything against the Packers, but I need somebody new in there. But, okay, that's getting to the football stuff. Falcons, Seahawks. I got, and a guy pointed this out, and I didn't really think about it because I've been fortunate enough to have Sunday ticket for a while, A lot of people have not even seen the Atlanta Falcons play, and I never even thought about it. But they played on Monday night once, and that was the first Clinton-Trump debate, so it was the lowest rated Monday night game of the year. And I think they had one other game where they played the Packers. That was a national televised where 80% of the world got it. But other than that, no one's even seen the Falcons. So that's why you never hear them talk about it, because no one ever watches them. Unless you're region or you have the Sunday ticket and watch it. But, yeah, they've been doing that crap all year, folks. That's not an anomaly. They're a defense. They'll give up some yards. They are not I'm just going to dominate you from... They aren't like Denver of last year or anything like that. But they have two rookies. Seems like everyone talks about Neal the safety, but Jones the linebacker has been like the MVP of that unit. And then Vic Beasley's doing his thing in pass rushing. And the rest of the team they play hard all the time. But there ain't a whole lot of things to talk about with that game. They were just a better team than the Seahawks. And they played like it. But what was the next one? The Patriots-Texans. Oh, gosh. If the Texans had an offense. Oh. If they just had an offense of some sort. Man, that would have been a down-to-the-wire matchup. Oh, it would have been like the games on Sunday. It would have at least been down to the wire. Because the Texans played exactly what I preach all the time. You have to play tight man-to-man when you play the Patriots. You just have to. And they did it, and they did it pretty well. They got beat on some deep throws, mainly because they couldn't find the ball in the air, and more of the safety was just played terrible. But for the most part, they were doing a really good job. But obviously, they gave up a kickoff, and their offense just stinks. So, even when Osweiler throws a good pass, Will Fuller drops it. But the Texans had the perfect game plan of how you have to play the Patriots. You play zone defense against the Patriots. You play off man against the Patriots. They will freaking destroy you every single time. So you have to play tight man-to-man 80% of the time. If you don't, bye-bye, you will lose. Which is the way it is. But, let's see, what's the next one? Packers-Cowboys. Aaron Rodgers continues to just... obviously the Cowboys' defense is mediocre. But no Jordy Nelson. No real running back. People are like, Ty Montgomery, you can tell on a lot of runs, he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. But, he runs hard. He's doing what he can, He at least gives them some semblance. But they got a top 5 offensive line when they're all healthy. And they got probably the top quarterback going right now. You always got a shot. So, and the defense is finding a way to at least hold you to field goals sometimes. They looked a little shaky in the second half. They played pretty bad, but hold you to field goals, and that's going to be the key to the Packer-Atlanta game. Which team can hold the other one to field goals? That's what's going to happen. But Mike Daniels is a beast. Yeah, fat guys never get talked about, but that guy's a monster. Just saying. But, Dak played pretty well. Everyone's like, Dak played awesome. And this is what I mean, like, you really have to watch it. The first half, he didn't play awesome. He missed a few reads, a few throws. I mean, you know, it wasn't awesome. But the second half, he was on. He played very well in the second half. But Cowboys fans, you're in good shape. You need a pass rusher. You need to stop drafting dopey guys like Randy Gregory. You have Jalen Smith that should come back next year, which, assuming his leg is right, is a guaranteed starter in this league at linebacker. So you're in good shape. The offense is set for the next few years. So don't worry. Don't be like, oh no, this is our only shot. I'll be shocked if you're not in the playoffs next season. So I think you're in good shape, Dallas. But Packers found a way. Mason Crosby. I mean, think about it. He had a 56-yarder, which I thought for sure was no good when that thing left his leg. But it snuck in. And then a 51-yarder to win it. Whew. That's clutch. So, should be a good game. I think it'll be all about, truthfully, I know everybody's talking about the quarterbacks. Can the Falcons run the football? Which a lot of people don't realize the Packers are actually good at stopping the run most of the time. Can the Falcons run the football? If they can, I think it's going to be just a little too much for the Pack, and the Falcons squeeze it out. If it's all put on Matt Ryan, I think you're going to see a couple mistakes, and that'll be the difference, and the Packers squeeze it out. So it's all going to be about Freeman and Coleman. They get going or not. But and then the last one, that's a classic example of a close game, but not really a great game to watch. And not just because of the scoring, just it was kind of just, you were like, a lot, you know, just, yeah. But the Chiefs are what they are, man. I've preached this for the last couple of years. They have no margin of error. They have very small margin of error. They turn the ball over. They miss a wide open receiver. They miss a field goal. They get a key pass interference. They just can't overcome this stuff. You know, they have to stay on schedule. They've got to, you know, it's just, and you can't play football like that. You got to have some margin of error, you know. And they just don't have it, which is why in the playoffs, get knocked out all the time. I mean, it's just like people are like, can you win with Alex Smith? You can win with Alex Smith, but you got to have a top 7 offensive line and a top 5 running back, and you can win with Alex Smith. But if not, it's going to be hard to win 3-4 games in the playoffs with Alex Smith. It's just the way it is. And then the defense, they missed Derek Johnson a lot. Just, you could tell there were certain plays, but just, I mean, you know, they buckled down, hold the Steelers to field goals. If you'd have told me the Steelers kicked 6 field goals, I would have told you they lost. But that's the Chiefs for you. And the last 2-point conversion, it was a hold, Chiefs fans, okay? If you don't think it's a hold, then you're being a homer. It was a hold. Yeah, they called it. Do you not want it called there? Did they miss some holding calls earlier? Yes. But you can't sit there and say it wasn't a hold. That is like definition of the hold. Okay? It was a hold. Alright? And after that, you still had an opportunity to stop them. And here's the other last thing I'm going to say. Justin Houston was paid $100 million to rush the quarterback, not to play corner. Justin Houston covering wide receivers, probably not a good idea. Whether it's man or zone coverage. Either way, probably something you don't want to do pretty much ever, but especially when the game's on the line. Just throwing that out there. So, have Justin Houston going that way towards the quarterback is probably better use of your $100 million. That just boggled on. Just classic example of coaches getting too cute, you know. Stick with what worked most of the year, alright? But that's all I got. That was enough rambling. My guess is 10 people watch this, but hope the 10 people that did enjoyed it. I think that's all I need to say. But yeah, it should be a good slate. Patriots, Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger really hasn't played that well. I mean, sometimes in a game his stats might look all right because they took a deep, 5-yard pass and made it 70. Or he hasn't been like on point. So if he's not on point, they're going to lose. But if he is on point, they got a shot. So we'll see. But yeah, I guess I'm rooting for the Falcons and the Steelers. The AFC, I'm sick of both of those teams, but I guess I'll root for the Steelers. So, but I'm rooting for the Falcons to win it all, I hope. But, yeah, that's all I got. So, yeah, basically Bo Jackson pissed me off. Earl Thomas pissed me off. And then 2 of the games were good. 2 of the games were bad. That's pretty much the recap. But, yeah, I should have something later on in the week. I'll make a card video. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed.